What's going on, people? I am just coming here at the beginning of the video to announce that your boy finally has a little bit of merch. It's pretty simple. It's a sticker, a hoodie, and a t-shirt. You can find it on CrowdMade. The link is going to be in the description, and eventually it should be on the channel page and all the channel pages, but it's a pretty simple and straightforward design. Shout out to the folks at Nebula for helping it come together. And yeah, if you're interested, please support the channel by buying some merch. All right, peace. But you do a lot of, what you do is really interesting to me because I'm old. And, you know, in my past life, I was a teacher. And so it was always interesting to me to like hear directly from young people, their perspective on the world as the world continues to change and in many ways not change for the better. And so a lot of your stuff, is it what I call it existentialist? Is that, I don't know if that's the proper term, but I think you a lot of your topics dive into like meaning and existence from like the young Z perspective. So yeah, I was basically interrogating what youth is like in 2023, which I think, you know, your channel gets a lot of different places, but that for me is one of the more like interesting because I'm not young anymore.
Don't say that.
It's the truth. Trust me, my back and my medical records will prove that. But for you people with good backs and good knees, what is, I know I didn't preview this with you earlier, but like it just kind of hit me, like what is like it like right now with the young folks? Like what is the outlook? How are you all staying, you know, hopeful and resisting black pill ideology or whatever, doomerism, etc.?
Well, I think a lot of people aren't doing so well at resisting it, which is why I feel like so many people get paralyzed by just the thought of having to care about everything all at once. But for those who like do, like I had someone once tell me like, wow, you're so amazing for caring about social issues. There's just so much to think about that I don't have it in me to care. But I don't know if you've seen, like there's been this interesting thing on TikTok called corecore videos. Like, have you heard of that or something?
Yes. I do not know. There's few moments you'll understand it in the next 20 years where you understand that you're old. Where you're like, where you're looking at something and you're like,
you're like,
I don't
what
get
is
it.
This?
And I've tried multiple times, and I watched Noah Sampson did a video on it, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening, and I'm just gonna find something else. Can you explain that to me? And I'm sure some of my older people are in the audience. What is corecore?
Okay, I'll try my best to like make this make sense. And I think it's one of the ways that maybe my generation is trying to find some sort of hope or instill hope in people. It's basically like putting, I guess, political content, or not even political, sometimes just literally, I think, trying to replicate the human experience. So they just put like random clips of different aspects of human experience, chop them up, put them right next to each other. Usually it'll be like contrasting with each other. So maybe it'll be like a baby crying in one, and then the next one is like Fox News saying something absurd. And there's just usually like some sort of like sad or like soft music in the back. And it's supposed to leave you with like this feeling of either, oh wow, life kind of like sucks and humans kind of suck, but there's a lot that we can do about it. Or it'll be like, oh wait, maybe the world isn't so bad. Maybe there are things that we can look for that are positive even amidst all this like absurdity. Okay, so no help whatsoever.
No, I think I get it. I think that's what
I think it's just like you have to, it's just like, this is how people now consume content when they're used to just seeing like 15-second thing after 15-second thing, you know?
No, it makes sense. So it's like, it's because, oh my God, I wish I could give 1996 to 2007 internet to you all to see how you all would feel about it. because that's we had the same thing. It was less, technically sound or whatever. But what we didn't have, I guess, is the evidence around us. So that's really interesting because I was around your age, Bush won 9/11, in fact, right?
Wow.
9/11
Fun fact, I was born after 9/11.
Fun fact, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just kind of engaging with the limitations of generational perspective. But I also can relate because I remember after 9/11, it's settling in that the world was never going to be the same. And because I remember, the Clinton years. Now, the Clinton years, in retrospect, were very bad in a lot of ways, especially for Black people. But from a certain standpoint, in the media atmosphere that existed, the Clinton years were bomb. The internet was popping off. Everybody was getting rich. We had all this great music, all this great art, etc. And then, they stole an election in 2000, and then the world changed a year later. And so the internet that was produced after 9/11 was very nihilistic, very absurdist, very dark, very edgy. This was the edgelord heyday, is the late 90s, early 2000s. And so there were plenty of, this sounds like, I don't know, emotional, just an indulgence of emotional catharsis is what it sounds like. It's giving you all the things at once to kind of maybe shock you back into feeling in a world that requires numbness so much outside of social media. And then for your generation, so can I put your age out there? Is that?
Yeah.
So
it's out there.
So Olivia is 20. If you couldn't get it from being born during 9/11. Depending on which version of generational theories you go by, people will call you digital natives, which means that you grew up and understood a phone and a tablet and screen time and the internet, versus me, I didn't get Facebook till I was 23, 24 years old. You know what I'm saying? And the internet was in its very nascent phase when I was in high school, and social media didn't exist at all. And so I remember a world before then. And I'm saying also to say that feels like it's much more important to your generation, how you consume information and media. We joke about TikTok being awful, and it is, but it's also a core venue for culture now, right?
Yeah. I think it's hard for us to imagine just living without it. I did a video about Gen Z humor, actually, and in it I just talked about the difference of what it's like to grow up just thinking that the internet is a natural part of existence versus having to adapt to it. It's definitely shaped a lot of how we are. I don't know if you've heard of, I recently learned about this actually. There was a Reddit page that existed before where people who are my age now, they would be on it maybe when they were 12, 13-ish. It was called 50/50, Reddit 50/50. It's basically someone puts up a picture, it's hidden so you can't see what it is, and they'll be oh, it's either a chicken nugget or it's someone getting slaughtered to death. 50/50. Click the picture to find out.
Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier and welcome to Reddit's 50/50 challenge.
And 12-year-olds would be on Reddit 50/50 being ooh, I wonder what it is, and they click. And so it's it's insane to me how desensitized people in my age have gotten to just graphic visuals or really horrifying news in general. Yeah.
So 2 girls, 1 cup. Goatsy, you all may be too young to remember. F in the chat if you know what Goatsy is, and I'm not gonna explain any further. But this is similar. Yeah, and so
That's wild. That's a like I remember being afraid of like this movie Roadhouse because like a guy got his heart pulled out his chest.
I used to guys like you in prison. I'm gonna kill you the old-fashioned way.
But I had to stay up late with my older cousins to watch that movie, right? Versus like it's literally like it's right here. All the most horrible things in the world. His throat, I'm sorry, I thought it was his heart. Whatever it is, when I was like 7, it scared the shit out of me. It was too gruesome. So then fast forward, how natural was it to jump into YouTube for you? Go ahead, just tell me.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, what do you mean by natural? Just like, oh, this feels right, or?
Yeah, like what did that? To me, it was I was self-conscious in a way that. Ow! I'm sorry, I just bit my hand to my phone. Oh shit!
Oh, that's the worst. Oh my god. Rest in peace. You're not getting a feedback, guys.
Oh fuck. Okay. So for
Will you
me,
live?
I will live.